I started self improvement around 2 years ago, give or take. But as I started self improvement, I mostly focused on meditation, working out, although I was already working out because I was an athlete. But I started to work out more. And then I was doing a lot of journaling and spirituality type stuff, right? So I feel like I am qualified to say that gratitude journaling has been one of the most valuable things I've ever done. And I feel like when you do gratitude journal, what happens is that you become a lot more appreciative of the stuff you have, and it makes you just a lot happier and a lot better mental health. Because if you really think about it, right, we have 100 years on this planet if you're lucky, and when you die, no one goes to a funeral and says, "Oh, that guy's business was so successful," or "That girl's clothes were so fashionable," right? What they say is that, bro, that guy, he was so good to me. He was so nice. He always had that bright smile on his face that lit up my day, right? Or like that they they always had a positive attitude and that they never condemned or complained about anything and that they would always adapt to their circumstances, right? And all that stuff you get by gratitude journaling because what it does, it makes you have a lot better mental health and be happier, as I said before. But it also, I feel like the most important thing, makes you more appreciative of the stuff you have because when you gratitude journal, what happens is that you go downstairs and you see your mom or your dad, and you're just like, thank God for you because, like, I wouldn't be alive without you guys. Or like, you go out on a walk and you see this random tree that's deformed, and you just say, wow, that tree's so interesting. Thank God that that's there. I wouldn't have had this experience, this feeling when I see this tree, right? And if I'm being honest, I've been getting out of the habit of gratitude journaling recently. I've been getting back into it. And I definitely notice a difference of that I'm a lot less grateful and I don't notice all the things around me. Because if you really think about it, I have this couch under me right here that's supporting my weight and making so I don't have to stand up. That's nice. This table I'm sitting my tripod on, it's making my job a lot easier of recording right here, right? Or this tree. Look at this, look at this. This tree right here, right? That's really an amazing tree right there. Like, it has so many branches. There's so many bugs. It supports so much life, right? Without that tree, a lot of these bugs wouldn't be here. So, hold on, let me just fix this camera real quick. But yeah, without that tree, a lot of these bugs wouldn't be here, and they wouldn't be able to have the gift of life, right? Or this house next to me, it always supports. Again, without this house, I wouldn't be alive. I would be cold every time it rained, right? I'd be wet and crying. But just as you become more grateful, your life just gets so much better. It's hard to explain. And honestly, I feel like the only way you can get the real effect is just by doing it yourself. And probably gratitude journaling every day for maybe half a year, you'll definitely notice the difference that you're just so more grateful and happy about everything in your life. It's actually amazing. But also, the reason that's applies to me now, or most applies to me now, why gratitude journaling is valuable is because when you're anxious or when you're nervous or when you're depressed, it's really hard to get work done because you don't see the value in any of it, right? You don't see the end goal when you do the work and you feel like rejuvenated and refreshed, right? You just think of it as work and it's sad. You don't like work, right? But as you gratitude journal and become happier, what happens is that you see work in a different way. You see work as it's just me playing. It's just me getting out my feelings. Or let's say on this YouTube channel, right? This is some people would call this work, but how I see it, I'm just coming out here and pouring my feelings out to you guys, right? This is actually pretty fun. I'm sharing my feelings. I'm teaching y'all some lessons, and I'm helping some people, right? But a lot of people that aren't as grateful would say, "Oh, this is just work. I have to come out here and set up my tripod and record and make sure that I'm talking in a let's say charismatic way, right?" But for me, I don't even see it that way. It's a lot more fun, which makes it a lot easier to do work, which makes me personally a lot more productive, right? So, if there's one thing I would say for someone who's not into self improvement to do, it's definitely gratitude journaling. So, to end this video, I'm just gonna teach you how to gratitude journal because a lot of people will explain something and then not actually tell you how to apply it. So, what are you gonna do if you're gratitude journaling, right? I recommend doing it on pencil and paper because it makes you take your time more because writing on pencil and paper is a lot longer than writing on your phone, right? So I recommend doing it on pencil and paper. What you're gonna do, you're gonna get your pencil and paper and you're gonna write down 5 things that you're grateful for. You're gonna say, I am grateful for blank because blank. Period. I am grateful for blank because blank. Period. And then just keep going until you wrote down 5 things, right? And what you're grateful for doesn't have to be these big overarching things. Like I'm grateful for society, for teaching me everything I know. Of course, be grateful for whatever you want to. It can be big overarching things. But it could be just I'm grateful for this chair that I'm sitting in. Or I'm grateful for this plate that I put my food on. I'm grateful for air conditioning because I'm not constantly hot, right? So it doesn't have to be these big, meaningful things. It can just be little things that you appreciate, right? So that's going to be it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.